Hey, good morning, friends, foes, and others. It's day 5 of the infusion. My good neighbor John's here with me today. Just blessed with people in my life that helps me. But today what I want to talk to you about is something very important. And this is something that needs to be talked about, and it needs to be voiced in Washington, D.C. Everybody remembers the Jerry Lewis telethon, right? And there was a guy that always stood up there by Jerry Lewis. His name was Dr. Appel. Dr. Appel is still working today, and he's working in ALS too, not just the muscle dystrophies. So what has happened is he has been working on a study that reverses ALS, and it's with T-Regs. I just want to read you a quote here from this. It says, this is March 19th, 2021. The ALS Association, Muscular Dystrophy Association, and the ALS Finding a Cure provided an additional $1.1 million in supplementary funding and Linden investigators at the Houston Methodist Neurological Institute and Massachusetts General Hospital for promising research into cell therapy that could slow the progression of ALS. These organizations originally provided $2.4 million in initial, that's the key word, initial funding for this research. And here's a quote from Dr. Dave. This additional support underscores just how promising this research is, said Dr. Dave, Vice President of Research at the ALS Association. While the COVID-19 pandemic has created new challenges, it is critical that we ensure that this research in ALS continues. The research, remember I told you about Dr. Appel that was with Jerry Lewis? The research study is led by Dr. Stan Appel at Houston Methodist and Dr. James Berry at the Sean M. Healy and AMG Center for ALS at Massachusetts General, and focuses on regulatory T lymphocytes, or T-Regs, which is a type of white blood cell that functions to suppress the body's immune response. And early research has shown that T-Regs are reduced in ALS, and the lower levels are correlated with a faster progression of the disease. The concept of the research is to extract and isolate T-Regs from the people with ALS and to expand them and safely inject them back into the patient. Okay, this was the study that Dr. Appel was doing. Isolation, expansion, and long-term storage of T-Regs is cutting-edge technology. Okay, when we learned, this doctor who is the chief medical officer at ALS FAC, Dr. Kudkowitz, he says, when we learned it was more expensive, the researchers initially envisioned we came together to ensure we could try to our work could continue. The current study is in phase 2, and you know it's got to get through phase 3, the FDA and everything. The current study is in phase 2, testing the biological activity, measuring biomarkers, and assessing the safety and tolerability of the infusions in 8 people with ALS over 12 months. An earlier pilot phase in Study 1 approved by the FDA tested the therapy on 3 patients and found the infusions to be safe and well tolerated over a shorter period of time. If the current trial shows T-Regs infusions to be safe and tolerable, researchers would conduct additional safety and efficacy testing in more people with ALS across multiple clinical sites. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, lawmakers, ALS is a fast-progressing disease. I'm talking to you today. In 6 months, I may not be talking. That's just how it is. Our mind don't go. Our body and muscles go. Our swallowing goes. Breathing goes. My voice is going to go eventually without these medicines. We need you to get in line, go to bat, and pass these things. It could be you. It could be your child, your mother, your sister, your aunt, your grandparent. I was a normal, healthy person just over a month ago, physically on the move, teaching, doing things with my children, riding bikes, all that. And in February of this year, it hit me, and I was diagnosed March 5th. I already have trouble walking. My right hand doesn't work properly. I Can't open a water bottle very well. Can't cut food very well anymore because I'm right-handed. I'm still doing it, but it's a struggle. And time is of essence, okay? Coya Therapeutics, a clinical stage biotechnology company, really recently announced that it had raised $10 million in a Series A financing to partner with Dr. Appel and advance his efforts to develop T-Reg therapy. T-Reg, T-R-E-G, T-Reg therapy for the treatment of ALS. Okay? So guys, we got to get behind these people. We need our lawmakers behind these people. There's an article that I shared on my Facebook page if you follow me. And just remember that time is of essence and importance. Thank you for listening today. I love you guys. I'm going to fight every day I can. Every day's my first best good day. All right? Have a blessed day.